I'm ZoWilliams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
ZoWilliams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason. Yeah, the voice of reason. ZoWilliams back in the building. You already know what it is. It's Friday. So, you know, Whitney, where's Whitney? Whitney is she's in another country right now. Enjoying, what is that? Carnival in Trinidad somewhere, right? Having a great time. Whitney is the one that's always advocating a Freaky Friday, right? Always advocating a Freaky Friday. Today will be a Freaky Friday of sorts. Yikes. We're doing like an interesting little show here, right? I don't know. I know astrology factors in to the whole get down. This is a very interesting show. It's going to be strange because there's this new science that incorporates the I Ching, numerology, astrology, and all types of other things called human design. I have a specialist coming in that's actually going to be doing some readings. So you know you better get to your phone lines, 323-230-4445. That is the number to dial, 323-230-4445. It's going to be an interesting topic. Now, as you know, OG Veronica Conway, the resident Pegasus unicorn, right? She knows very well about this human design business. And she's going to get into it. Now, before I bring Veronica in, I got some business to take care of. Everybody has to get to the phone lines and call us because you know if you wait to try to get your reading in, probably not going to get to you. So now that the phone lines are open and there are available spaces, do you want to know how you can change your life via human design? You want to know if the person you're dating is the right person to be with? You want to know why you're jammed up, you're clogged up? We have some people in here that are going to break down what human design is. First things first, get to my website, IamZoWilliams.com, and get your copy of the Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. Right at this moment, I got to bring in Veronica. VC!
Big Daddy Zo, how you doing, baby?
What's happening, Pimp?
Come on now, Pimp.
I know you know this stuff. I know you know what it is we about to get down with. It's about to be awesome. It's about to be crazy. You've studied human design for years, right?
I have. Yeah, I introduced Nachama to it, actually, many, many years ago. And he took it and ran with it and really understands it at a deep level. But I have sort of not expert experience, but definitely I've studied it fairly deeply. It's a great system.
Who created this system? We have another brother in here who I am told is an OG master of it. You know we about to get down with the get down. You better get to your phone lines right now, 323-230-4445, if you want to participate in said conversation. You feel me? Veronica, you remember you had my chart done?
Yes, I remember that.
I just gave it to the brother because I don't know what I was looking at. You know me. I don't know what it says. I don't know what it means. I've got questions.
He gonna tell you some stuff about yourself.
Really gonna be like, boy, you crazy as hell. You only got 20 minutes left on planet Earth. You might as well live it up right now because that bus is coming to hit you. You're about to cross the street. It's about to be crazy. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show, man. Could you tell the folks who are listening your name? And me and Veronica. Veronica, say hello to
Brian.
Brian? Mm-hmm. Brian is in the building.
Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Veronica.
Veronica has also studied human design. So this is going to be an interesting show. And I'm telling you right now, don't punk out. Call in and ask questions. We want to know. 323-230-4445. That's the number to dial. Brian, what is human design? Who created it? Why is it significant? Why should I know about it? How's it going to change my life? How's it going to make me better? Is it better than astrology? Does it use astrology? Is it using numerology? What is it, man?
You ready right now?
I'm turned up. Sorry.
You ready right now?
Yes, I'm ready right now.
We don't got to go to break.
We ain't got to go to break.
All right. Shout out to ZoWilliams.
Word up, word up.
Big fan. I watched all your shows on YouTube.
Word.
Every one of them.
Every one of them. Wow.
I'm up to date.
I'm up to date.
Veronica, I'm a big fan. If you could send Zoe your chart, so I could see your chart, I could talk about you.
Sure.
You want me to print out? Oh, I got her chart too, Pimp.
Yeah. Let me get.
I should go print it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. First question: what is human design? It's a system for decision making. We can use an example like Zoe. I like to talk about examples. So we got Zoe. Oh, there we go. So ZoWilliams is a manifesting generator, emotional.
Then a motherfucker. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And the thing is, you have to embrace the emotion.
Word.
You will never not be, I'm going to use a double negative. You won't, let me see if I can do it the right way. You'll always be emotional as long as you're here this lifetime.
Okay.
So you're an authority on emotion. It's your authority.
Really?
Yes. No one knows how to deal with emotions better than an emotional being. Emotions dominate an environment. It dominates an environment. Anyone that steps within 3.5 feet of you is going to feel your emotions.
Damn. Okay. Shit. Is that a good thing?
I mean,
speak on
good,
it.
bad, who can tell?
Right,
That's what a woman used to say to me about everything. Good, bad, who can tell? You know, a guy finds a treasure under his yard, and they say, and the grandchildren come out and say, "Oh, this is great." And the grandfather says, "Good, bad, who can tell?" And then somebody comes and say, "Somebody stole my treasure," and then they shoot one of the grandchildren. And they say, "Good, bad, who can tell?" And then an angel comes and resurrects the child. You know, no. That's how Google tells the story. Good, bad, who can tell? So it's not a good, bad thing when it comes to who you are and what you are. It's just about embracing that and loving that and living that. So as an emotional being, and now your emotions are connected to sexuality.
Tell me more.
What it means is, in a very deep way, Zoe, you carry what is called the baby line. So this is why when it comes to children, nothing makes you more emotional than children and family and relationships and past relationships. Like you are here to be an authority in relationships too. And this is only going to happen when you embrace what it means to be emotional. And that starts with first waiting and being patient. Like learning to wait. Like me. When you asked me, did I want to come to the show? What did I have to go through as an emotional person?
You said, hold on, let me just go to sleep on it.
Right.
And then I'm going to holler at you in the morning.
Right.
That's what I said, well, damn.
Right. And I'm out here, and I love the ZoWilliams show, and it's a big deal. And then, Inez is looking like, he wants you to come to the show. And I'm like, but, I got to wait. I don't know.
I need to figure this out, right?
I definitely want to be heard. I definitely want to talk to him. I definitely want to meet him, but I don't know. So you got to do that. A guy shows up and he's like, yo, Zoe, I got this $1 million check, but you can only decide right now. You loving you and you embracing yourself means you say, I'm going to have to wait.
Let me sit on it.
Yes. Yep.
Even if it's $1 million check, a guy could come to you and say, I got $1 billion check. No strings attached, though. No strings attached. You can do this show how you want to do it. You can do everything that you ever wanted to do. You still got to say, if you're honoring yourself, you have to say, you know what? As much as I love this, and this might disappoint you, I don't know what it's going to do to you, because part of your strategy is to inform the other before you impact them. It's not to just come right off and impact people. Your strategy is to say to them, listen, this might affect you this way. This might affect you that way. This is going to move you this way. This is going to take you this way. It's going to do this to you. This might do that to you. And the more detailed you are about what they're going to experience, the less resistance you get when you impact them. Because that's the second quality, or I want to say, sort of like the follow-up quality to your design, which is to pull people in to impact them. Pull people in to impact them. Pull them in and impact them emotionally.
Right.
Pull them in and impact them intimately.
Right.
See, this is the go deeper is the line.
Yeah.
Because on a deeper level, because again, HD covers every ancient science. Not just one or two, but every science. This is
integrated into it.
This is the knowledge for the next 1,300 years.
Wow. The knowledge for the next 1,300 years. Say more.
Absolutely.
This is knowledge for the next 1,300 years. All right. For example, you carry an imprint. I'm going to say it like this, and here's a little secret, because I've been wanting to tell you this. The more people around you, the better.
Say more.
You were built for big situations. Like, this is good because of the aura. The way the aura is hugging in here, but the more people that are in your aura, the better, because the way your energy operates is really designed to run big situations. Like I always tell Inez, I say, Inez is a world-class photographer.
My personal photographer, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Please get at Inez. What's the website, Inez? InezLewis.com. Don't play yourself. You want some professional photography done? You want to look good? She makes a ugly little monkey like me just shine in the pictures, boy. Get at her right now. Okay, finish your thought, brother.
Yeah, I mean, so I've been wanting to tell you that because, you know, we have these imprints in us. They work one way when we're alone. They work another way when one other person comes to us. They work another way when a third comes. You see what I'm saying? It's like we start to we start to morph and we change. We're morphous. We're porous. I mean, we're porous beings to begin with.
Right.
So what this gives us is the energetic mechanics of that porosity. Exactly how we expand and contract, you know, in this self-reflective consciousness and form. You know, this is what we are. We're self-reflective consciousness and form. You talk a lot about constructs. And you don't know how powerful that is.
That's my thing, right?
We talk a lot about constructs.
Right.
And that's what this gets to. So, you know, to sum up basically, again, the basics of that with you is you have nothing to prove. You don't look for love when you are yourself. You let go of things. You don't attempt to be certain, and you don't worry. That's the most important things for you right there. Don't try and prove anything. Don't look for love, direction, and identity. Don't hold on to things longer than you need to. Don't try and be certain. Don't worry about anything. What you do is, and this is not for everybody, this is for Zoe specifically.
Shit, I feel naked. I'm like, Jesus.
I'm being light because I know how that is.
No, go hard in the paint.
Oh.
No filter, man.
Oh, man, see, Zoe, man. See,
Get active, Pim.
Okay, all right. Okay, so part of your baby line is the charisma. You have a design that can break down barriers and achieve union. There's no door that's closed to you. Technically. No door. It's just a matter of whether or not you belong in that room. It's not can you get there.
Right.
It's do you belong there.
Right.
But that's not even a question you can ask yourself. That's something that you have to trust in your emotions. That's something that you have to feel for.
Wow.
So now it's this thing of your emotions govern your life. And when we talk about emotions, we're talking about spirit. When we're talking about spirit emotion, what we're talking about on a mechanical level is the neuroplasticity that's found in the solar plexus. Because this is the emergence, this is the new consciousness that is emerging. Spirit consciousness or emotional consciousness or solar plexus consciousness is the collective destiny of humanity. Humanity began with spontaneous existential consciousness. Because in order to survive, you got to be existential and spontaneous. There's no time for thinking. You can't do anything. Everything's in the now. And then over time, as we conquer, you know how man is, we sort of just take over everything, like some globulous parasite almost. You know, the killer monkeys. Right. We spread, we conquer, we began very strategic, and then we go into this, and I'm very, very much fast forwarding through a lot of different things to lay out something called consciousness. Because when we talk about consciousness, we don't look at it in the way it is, which is you have now time consciousness, which is spontaneous consciousness. Then you have mental consciousness, which is overall time consciousness. Then you have emotional consciousness, which is in the wave consciousness. And everybody's different. So the big problem in relationships is whose consciousness is operating where? And when. You can have have an emotional person with a non-emotional person, and that non-emotional person don't want to deal with that emotion because it just sends them to the moon and back. So now they avoid confrontation. They avoid the truth. Wow. But that's what's most seductive to a non-emotional person is an emotional person because we're attracted to what we're not.
Righteous.
So when you run down the charts and you see a bunch of couples, you're going to see, they just look like mismatches. Like, for example, I love this example here. Why did Kanye West marry Kim Kardashian?
Why?
Nobody know. No, I have not heard the answer to that question yet.
I'm confused.
They say all this stuff, it's Illuminati, all this other stuff. They don't say the answer. What's the answer? He married his mama.
Ooh, here we go. Somebody done turned the corner. 323-230-4445. If you want to get in on this human design get down, hey, I encourage all my listeners, because I know y'all some researchers like myself. Man, you better get to the internet, look it up, and ask some questions, right? What are the 4 basic strategies?
All right, well.
Yeah, let's just get right there. You see the curveball?
All right, so look at me. I'm such a specificitician. I just made that up. That's called stipulative term. When you make a word up right on the spot, it's called
specificitician.
Yeah, I just made that up.
He's just specific. Let's go.
So you got spontaneous being that's in the now. If they don't make a decision in the now, it's gone. It's over. One chance. One shot. One shot only.
Really?
One shot only.
One shot.
One shot.
That's it.
That's it.
No makeovers.
No makeovers.
No do-overs.
No do-overs.
Damn.
One and done.
One and done. Top relationship recruit.
So if you see somebody, and people don't have the charts, but if you pull up a human design chart, you'll see 9 centers or 9 geometric shapes. When you look to the far left one, and you want to go run your chart at human design, go to jovianarchive.com. It's a free site. You get a free chart. You look on the far left side of the chart, it's the one that's the furthest to the left is called the spleen. This is the one I'm talking about now that gets one shot only. And that's if this is the only awareness center that is activated or colored in. Because human design is very simple. You're going to see what's colored in and what's not colored in. What's colored in is what's consistent. What's not colored in is what's inconsistent. What is not colored in is where you take in the other. Where it is colored in is where you put you in the other. So you're saying, like, if it's not colored in, it's open. It's open. That's exactly how we phrase it. It's open. I can smoke a bag of that. It's open. It's your window. It's what you're here to experience in this life. Wow. So you learned over time, I can't make spontaneous decisions. So they say I got an open spleen. Yes. So that means that you could feel, on a deep level, you could feel when somebody's sick. Yeah. You can feel when they're not well. Yeah. Another thing is, you get a feel good from people that have an activated spleen. So this will cause you to be around people that aren't even healthy for you, but you get a feel good from them. Oh, damn, Bobby.
Dang.
Damn it. Is that why?
It's an unhealthy relationship, and then but it gives you a feel good. I know what it's like. I'm an open spleen. My last relationship was for 3 years with a woman that's a defined spleen. All the woman had was one channel. Not to say all, because we're all different, all unique, because that sounds like I'm minimizing and stuff like that, and I don't do that. Right. But I just want to say it's powerful when you only have one channel. It means a lot. That means this woman gave me a real good feeling of feel good. It actually is like a security blanket. So open spleen people, when they get around defined spleen people, get that feeling of security, get that feeling of safety. It's not something that we compute because we don't know necessarily how the construct is. But on our regular consciousness level, we're saying, oh, I feel good around this person. But we're also saying, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. But.
But you still get that high just by being there.
Just by being there.
God damn it, your spleen got me high. I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes. And it's like that. And then you have people who are, for example, emotional. And these people that like you and me, we have to wait. We have to be clear. Then you have people who are, say, for example, just have it sacral defined. And they don't have an open emotional, don't have a defined or activated emotional system. And the sacral I'm talking about is this big red box, it's the second from the bottom.
Down at the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, that makes you a being that's here to respond in life. So you'll find, and I've done work with hundreds people privately over the last, in 3 weeks it'll be 5 years that I've been in my process. So then you have ego beings. And a lot of times the ego catches a bad rap. I'm an ego being. It's not my first authority. It's not part of...
Explain
the ego.
What an ego being is.
All right, well, an ego being is, let's say if this is their authority, that means that this is the one center that's activated, and there are beings like this. These are people who, we can feel protected or threatened by the ego. Like me, I have a defined ego, activated ego. What it means is we're very supportive. The whole ego works by support. The ego, if you have an ego activated in your chart, then these are the people that you really, if you want to work, if you want to connect with them on a correct level, you want to touch them and talk to them. You see what I mean? The ego is physical, it's tactile. We have to. The ego will do things. It's kind of like, the ego is what comes out of his pockets. If you have you say I need $50 and that person only has $70, an ego being will give you $50.
Really?
An ego being is, and it all depends on how it's hooked up. An ego being can be hooked up to the emotional system, an ego being can be hooked up to the spleen. So it's very nuanced. The differentiation, because that's what this is the science of unique differentiation. It goes very deep. But for the basic thing is with the ego, it has to be rested. It has to know if it has the energy to do what it needs to do, get done what it wants to get done. It doesn't. It has 4 hours a day. If you go over 4 hours a day using your ego, you're pretty much running the risk of burning out, causing yourself some problems, so on and so forth.
So let me. Aarona Lopez just walked in the building. Yes, let's turn her mic on and get her yes in here.
Let's do that again. Yes.
Listen, let me just brief you. This is the homie Brian. I ain't gonna give his whole government out. But this is the homie Brian, and he is a master of something called, listen to me, girl.
I'm listening.
Human design.
That's dope.
Now, human design is like a fat blunt. And inside this blunt is astrology, I Ching, numerology, everything. Chakras, everything is rolled up into this blunt. It's a spiritual blunt. Now, I'm listening to the brother break down all this information, right? I'm listening to him break down all this information about me, and I'm feeling a little sideways, right? Like, damn, I'm out here. I'm exposed. I'm out here. But it's cool. I want to know what the effect human design has on relationships, because I know most of the people who are relating have no idea of what kind of biograph or biomandala
or biohazardness.
Jesus, right?
That ego piece he just said was deep.
I'm just saying, it's a lot of monkey business going on, and we're going to open up the phone lines and let people ask questions, because I know people want to know, Veronica, is he the real deal or what?
Yeah, he's definitely the real deal.
Yeah, that's awesome. I just like to bring folks in that do their thing.
I hear the giddiness.
Human design is one of the most, I think, sophisticated. I know a lot of typing systems. I think it's one of the most complex and accurate typing systems on the planet out of all of them, because it integrates so many things. So to really understand this, you have to really have a lot of nuanced understanding.
And that's why you are Veronica Conway.
This is crazy. We about to get Veronica's little chart up in here too. Listen, go get your free chart where?
JovianArchive.com.
JovianArchive.com. I dare you to get your chart, and I dare your punk asses to call in and get it read. 323-230-4445. We're going to take a quick break. DJ Julian Ramirez is in the building with one mega mix. I don't know what artist he got on deck for Friday, but it's turn up time. Let's get busy, Julian. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Julian Ramirez on the ones and twos. Hey, where they gonna find you, man? You can't just come in here and set it on fire like that.
Yo. You can find me at DJ Julian Ramirez. Follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, all that. Also, just look up my mixes. They're out there, man.
I mean, damn.
Smacking them in the face.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Little Jay-Z homage right there. I love it. Mega Mix, Jay-Z Mega Mix. It was dope. We got callers on the line. This is about to be crazy. We also printed out Veronica's human design.
Yeah.
Now, Veronica, like myself, is termed as a manifesting generator. That's a particular strategy, correct?
Yes, but, very different being.
Very different being. And she's a manifesting generator, too.
Yes, I am. I didn't even know what that meant.
This shit is crazy.
What
Guess
that mean?
what? We've got the technology in the building.
Yes.
To give you your reading as well. So if you get to your phone line right now, 323-230-4445, really quickly, he's going to do a quick breakdown of VC. Then he's going to do you.
Yay.
And then we get into the phone callers. Callers! They're on the line right now. We got folks on the line that really need this brother's help. Brian! What's up with VC's manifesting generation?
All right. That's the Virgo.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm shaking my shoulders, Veronica. I'm excited. You hear me? I'm in here shimmying trying to listen. Okay, go ahead.
People might not understand why you big up Veronica the way you do. They don't really know. Probably. I'm just putting myself in the audience position like, well, why is Veronica always on the line? But this is a powerhouse, right?
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like, now I get it, though. You know what I mean? Because I'm going through my own process over here. Like, because, I watched the show, so I've taken in the energy from you guys, and I'm, like, finally getting an understanding as to what I've been conditioned by.
Right.
That's what's happening. When I'm listening to you and the audience is listening to you, everything that you are and everything that they're not is what they are experiencing. So Veronica Conway, wow. First of all, she's got, I don't want to say she. Veronica, certain people remind me of certain people. What's the woman I was talking about earlier? Naomi Campbell.
Oh,
this
shit.
Powerhouse.
Yeah.
Naomi was a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Veronica got that Naomi effect because it's like, and again, Veronica, you need to be present because, Veronica's a hermit, so she, not in the building. But I'm just, so again, hey, this is a queen, first of all. You got to deal with her like a queen.
Oh, yeah.
Treat her like a queen. Why we have a gate called the King-Queen Gate? This is the ego being I'm telling you about. This is a woman that can do everything, seem like.
Yeah.
Everything.
This
is why those relationships.
I got to stop you for 1 second.
Yeah.
See, I be getting mad at Veronica. Veronica be like, so this is not in my wheelhouse. I can't talk. Get out of here. You can talk about anything. Watch. I'm not telling you the topic. And watch you just produce hella information from planets away. Like,
you know why? Veronica, see, we get into what's called cognition in the deeper levels of the knowledge. Cognition deals with exactly how, like, in other words, how your intelligence is wired.
Right.
Veronica's quad right.
Speak on it.
Quad right means that her entire vessel, everything about her is completely receptive. Totally and utterly completely receptive. This is the type of person that could swipe you. You know what I mean? And take your whole history and your genetic history, your physical history, on a deeper level of the knowledge. Let's say if Veronica is her true self, not looking for love, not rushing, not trying to be certain, not worrying, and just allowing her to feel herself through, feel this, feel that, inform people before she, and so many different, her strategy is, this is a person who has both that spontaneous, this is a person who has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
So much talent. hooked up in so many different ways.
Swiss Army knife.
This is a weapon of mass construction.
Yeah. A weapon of mass construction. Veronica over there. I can hear her. Her tail is wagging right now. I hear her.
I fell into the whole movement, though, just now, because now I sound like you.
Yeah, man.
You see what I'm saying? This is how real it is. Like, I just looked at these charts. You know I'm not doing any,
Yeah.
You can tell the audience that I'm not.
Yeah, he's not in here typing up shit right now. He just going
Zoe.
right off the top.
Zoe, I'm not. I'm just looking at the chart, Zoe. I done fell into the whole fan club now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm a fan.
This is why we call her the Pegasus, the unicorn.
Fan. This is a being who is cognitively ambidextrous. Oof. You know what I mean? However you want to throw it. Like, this is somebody that can catch it. Like, if you give you the basketball analogy, how did Vince Carter used to catch the alley-oops?
Just crazy. From here, he could, she could do it.
That's Veronica.
That's
Conway.
VC.
We're going to talk about other things, too, but we're going to move to what?
Yeah, a couple of callers. And Aarona, you talking about Aarona?
Thank you.
Yeah. Goddamn Swiss Army knife. I done told you.
While we waiting on Aarona
Aarona
you saying it right?
Lopez.
Aarona.
She's Virgo,
Wait,
too.
Aarona, we know. Just take your time, Veronica. Always take your time. Never rush. Never rush. And
Yeah.
good. Okay. And then we have a purely spontaneous being.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
This is all spontaneity I was telling you about. One and done, remember?
Yeah.
That's how your intelligence operates. And then now. See how people can be so different?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were a couple, you see how it would have to work?
We make a little spider monkey.
You see what has to happen?
Get
What
to
has to
work
happen
on
is
that,
you will
Ron.
have to say, Zoe, you're not clear, wait. And then Zoe will have to be like, all right, you ready now? I'm not ready, you go.
I'm
not ready, you go.
Because I'm always ready.
You ready, like.
Oh, my God.
In the now. It's now or not, now or not, now or not, now or not, now or not. If you can embrace the now, you can find satisfaction and peace. You can't find it anywhere else.
Ooh.
He out here handing out dime bags, pimp.
I was born that way.
You were born that way. As a matter of fact, before you were born, you that way.
The story of my birth, my mama told me, I came into labor, I was her fastest birth because I was ready to get here.
Before you were born, because the chart gives us the moment, not only when, and this is important.
Oh, okay.
ZoWilliams public service announcement.
There it is.
Anyone that's listening that is with child or is the parent of a woman who is with child, the most important data is the moment the child comes into the world. In my field of work, and how I live my life, in this, the most important data, in other words, not knowing your child's birth time is the penultimate form of parental neglect.
I know my birthday. The time I was born, my mama told me.
Yeah.
I guess she remembered.
Yeah. You know how our parents do that? You ever know, like, my mom was one of those who drilled it in my head when I was little. But that is the penultimate, because this shows you not only what stuff I'm talking about, but also like on a dietary level, like specifically how you're supposed to eat. Because you could have 6 people sit down, and if you serve a meal, you don't have to be vegan like me, but if you serve the meal and we serve, let's say, a vegetarian meal, a vegan meal, even a vegan meal, let's say with all the healthy ingredients, if we all sat down here and ate it at the same time, none of us are going to get the same amount of nutrition, and one of us might not get anything.
Right.
Because we're all, even as unique as we are designed to think, is as unique as we are designed to consume.
Right.
It's as unique as we are designed to mate. It's as unique as everything. We're unique down to our fingertips.
Right.
That little 2% that the geneticists talk about that makes up the world of a difference, which is not like that 2 degrees that makes up the difference, both sides of the chart.
Yeah.
Makes a world of a difference.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's so going back to the biggest thing in relationships is knowing what is the authority of your partner.
Wow.
Most important, if you want to, like, the corny aspect is, and the straight aspect is, it takes 7 years to get to know a person.
Say it again.
It takes 7 years to get to know a person.
Wow.
Because that is lock and step with science, which is takes 7 years for a cell to completely regenerate itself.
But then there's 7-year cycles.
And 7 year cycle, they call it 7-year itch.
Yeah.
Because you could come into a person's life and they might be right about to make their 7-year change. Like, some people completely change 7 years by 7 years by 7 years. So it takes 7 years to really see where a person's going to be at.
So this also includes the Rosicrucian sciences too, right?
the Rosicrucian, the Rosy Cross.
Yeah.
Which deals with, what you can even get into is who came up with the Rosy Cross, and look at that person and see why they came up with the Rosy Cross. This knowledge gives you can look at the person, you can look at the philosopher and the philosophy and see why the philosophy came. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can look at the mathematician and the mathematics that the mathematician produced and see why the mathematician produced those mathematics.
Wow.
This is how we see what comes from where.
This is about to be crazy.
This is a projector. This is a projector.
Yes.
Who's a projector?
Emma.
Emma's a projector?
Emma.
No wonder she's so weird.
Talk about projectors.
Yes, formal
Talk
invitation.
about projectors.
And if you really want people to remember the ad, put Emma's face on it.
Emma is a projector. I knew you were special.
Put Emma's face
Hi,
on it.
Emma.
Yeah, Emma's the guide here. so far.
Yeah.
Emma guides everything here.
For real, though?
Yes.
Like low key?
Yes, guiding it all.
This little jerk. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Emma.
Right.
Emma's cold-blooded.
Formal invitation for
talk about
Emma. It's like Emma, like how I felt it, and I was like, Emma, do you want me to look at your chart? Because I could feel it. I could feel it. Emma was probing, and we go deep.
Yeah.
We get. I don't want to use those expletives. Projectors are the most conditioned beings you're gonna meet.
Wow.
But we're the most valuable in today's world because we are system.
Yes.
We are system people.
Yes.
We are masters of systems. This is what we do. This is what you do. You will always be successful so long as you master systems. One system after another, after another, after another. Mastery upon mastery, level upon level. That's how it works. And formal invitations. If it's not formal, like me, I don't, when I used to do the clubs, I never was the one to wait online. You know what I mean? What I look like waiting online. If I'm going to eat somewhere at a restaurant, I'm not waiting to get, name got to be on the list. That's how we operate as projectors. So anyone that's run their chart and see that they're a projector, you got to know that you are on the ascendancy with how we phrase it, meaning the leaders of this transition we're in.
Man, this is big.
May I please speak about projectors?
Yes.
Yes, you may.
Just briefly, okay.
Please, briefly.
And I love what you're saying, because what I came to understand is that I'm like a projector whisperer. My daughter's a projector, Chama's a projector, Angela Dumas is a projector. I have 3 other projectors in my life, so I'm like surrounded by projectors. And projectors actually need generators and manifesting generators because projectors don't have that engine, right, to go, right? And so what I find that I do is I translate projector needs and then I put them on the earth because I know that they're guides. I didn't know it till I knew it. But I know that they're guides, and they're not meant to decide. They're not meant to work. They're not meant, like I'm trying to construct a whole thing with my daughter, and she doesn't believe me. Like, you don't have to work, baby. You're not meant to work. And what you said about the questions, I've tested this. So with a projector, they need an invitation, but they don't need to make decisions. So if you ask a projector to make a decision, like if I say, Jordan, do you want Mexican or Chinese? She literally, you can watch her jam up. And when she was younger, we didn't get it. But then if you say, do you want to go to Mexican or Chinese? And her little tail starts wagging. And that's true of projectors. You cannot demand a decision to get the best out of them. So I love projectors so much.
Yes, the ideal way for your daughter to eat is watching you guys eat. Like if you're at a restaurant, I don't recommend, but if you're at a restaurant and your daughter's with you, or if your daughter's out with her friends, they're at a restaurant, you can guide her to say, you can tell her, wait till your friends order and you'll know exactly what you want to eat. As soon as the friends start to order, oh yeah, I'll have that. Or yeah, I'll have this. It's like that's exactly right. It's like a wave for us. We ride the energy of the other.
Okay. Let us help the family. Look at these lights. I want you to see these lights. These lights are saying, please, me. Ooh, me.
Calls on fleek.
Because you know what'll happen. Veronica gets wrapped up and she'll keep going and we'll keep rising into the clouds.
I just wanted to get that in.
I love Veronica.
And let me get Veronica's daughter's chart. That chart over here so I can say
I'm a generator. Huh?
Yes. Manifesting generator.
Yes.
Spontaneous and
This is about to be
Does that mean I make my dreams come
it's
true?
the talent.
Ooh,
So and you're a fighter.
you better get on that. I'm going to record this.
You're a fighter. You're a fighter.
I need this in my life so I can hear this when I brush my teeth every day.
You better get on down. I'm a fighter.
Aarona.
So Aarona, fighter. You got a lot of energy, and you need to physically exercise. You need to physically, because it builds up like a tension.
Yeah.
And it has to be released.
Yep.
Right? In the now. And then you got energy to put out a lot of work, to do a lot of work. Ready to work. Purpose is big in your life, like what your purpose is. It's not worth fighting for if it's not your purpose.
Right.
Right? And then you have talent, which you take time to develop. Over time, because it's about mastery, it's about perfection. Right?
Yep.
And then you too have an energy of guiding large situations. You have an imprint of what's called a designer from genius to freak. It's called structuring. Genius to freak. My daughter has this.
Yeah.
This is
He didn't say closet freak, so calm down. Go ahead.
He said freak.
You can make something. It's like making something out of nothing.
Yes.
Make everything out of anything. Can do this is what my daughter can do. She can just restructure things. I've seen her make all kinds of things out of anything. It's this, and that's this. Let me point it out for you here. You see it, but the audience can't see it. But this is what I'm talking about right here.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, it's about from the beginning and being very simple. So when you're talking to people, you can tell them, okay, start off from the very beginning for me, so I can hear it. Because sometimes you got an inner voice, you got a voice in your head, and it's intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
But your authority is in it now. It's not about what's on your mind that's here to decide. It's about what your intuition is telling you, what that hunch is. Your life is governed by a hunch.
This damn
The
detective.
the mind will attempt to come up with an explanation for what the hunch knows, but it'll never be exactly what the hunch is telling you. You can only trust it in the now. You can't miss it. You got one opportunity, So when that decision comes and it's the sacral that says, all of your sacral beings, you, Veronica,
Aarona.
Mm-hmm.
that means that there's a voice in you that goes,
That's that bullshit.
Right. Exactly. And it's bona fide.
Ooh.
It's a bona fide voice. And it's really the voice for your energy. Because the hunch is an awareness thing. The is an energy thing. It's saying, I ain't got the energy for that. I got the energy for that. Now yours is a hunch. It's like, I don't know why I know, but I know.
Mm-hmm.
Can't tell you why I know, but I know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you gotta go with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can hear it. Mm-hmm.
This is crazy.
Mm-hmm. You can hear it.
Now, my question is, now that we've gotten the girls out of the way, you settle down because you've been through a lot. Look at her. She's over here buzzing. This is about to get crazy. I want to let in the first caller.
It's life or death with you.
Life
Your decisions are life or death.
or death.
Yeah.
If I
now.
don't do this shit, I'm on the streets.
Yeah.
In and now. And that's where you find satisfaction as long as you do it in and now.
I love it. This is crazy, right?
Thank you.
I forgot I had your phone in my hand.
Listen, that was all necessary.
You really had him
I'm listening
record
to
it.
this every day. I got to train my mind.
Christ alive. Who else's life is in shambles? It needs to be untangled. The phone lines are blazing, so there must be quite a few people. Let's get line 5 in the building. Shawnee out of New York. New York. What up, Shawnee?
Hey guys, hi everyone.
Hi, Shani.
What's happening, Pimpstress?
Hi, what is his name? Brian?
The brother's name is Brian.
Brian. Hi, Brian.
Greetings. What's your name again?
Shawnee.
Shawnee. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Yusuf.
Well, ask your question, baby. We got the software. We want to know your birthday. We want to know what time you was born.
Okay.
We even want your social security card just in case we need some credit. I'm sorry. I meant just
On the air, though?
Okay, so do I ask my question first or give you the information?
Yeah, let me run your chart first.
Okay, so my birthday is September 16th.
Virgo.
damn Virgos.
9/16,
This is the Virgo
what
show.
year?
Shit.
74,
Okay. You know what time?
8:29 p.m.
8:29 p.m. So 2029. Lopez up in here. What city and state?
New York.
New York.
Yes. Harlem.
Okay, what's your question?
So pretty much, my question is, like, I'm 41, and I've always worked, but I have been at a place for a very long time that there's not one thing that I would like to settle and make a career at. Like, I could do so many things, but at this point, I think I'm just coming to a place that I would just like to, I'm not saying settle on one thing, but I would just like to begin to have a career. Like, it's cool to make money, and I could be making more of it, by the way, but I just don't, like, I don't have great joy when I get up to go to work in the morning because I'm just going to work. So I'm just kind of stuck on that.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm listening.
See, now what I did was I asked her. You see the question I asked her?
Mm-hmm.
I said, is there anything else you want to say?
Right.
This is what you want to do with generators.
She's a generator.
Well, they have a generator energy. Any generator energy. You want to ask them. Yes or no question so you could garner the sacral.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 70% of the people you come across is going to have that going on. And if it's not there, then it's something else to them. So what's your name again one more time? Shawnee. All right. You're what's called a manifesting generator, but you're a split definition manifesting generator. And I'm going to make this clear really quick. Now, and you're an emotional being. All right. This is the thing. You really have to be passionate about what you're doing.
Right.
Passion is physical for you. It's biological. It's in your cells. It's different for like passion to be a mental thing. Passion is in your blood. So if anything that you're doing and you're not in the mood to do it, it's going to cause you a lot of problems.
I won't.
It's going to cause you a lot of problems. You learn from experience that it can be very embarrassing to do things that you're not in the mood to do.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in the mood, that's when you're at your most creative because you're a very creative being. Another thing is you have the power to concentrate, but you must get satisfaction out of the things that you concentrate on. So when it comes to career, you know, and I'm looking at it, and again, I'm emotional, so I like to take time with things. But as I just look at it, and I see that, you know, the authority is emotional, but the energy is sacral, is split off. So essentially, again, it goes back to passion. Passion is crucial. The thing is, your energy is not connected to the passion, so you can do things that you're not passionate about, but it doesn't do anything for you emotionally. You understand what I'm saying? Like you can be in a situation, working, concentrating, focusing on the same thing over and over and over again, just in different ways. Repetition. But that repetition is not always connected to that passion, to that romance. And see, when you're either social or antisocial, you know? Social, antisocial, in the mood or not. Romance is essential. Like to really have a serious, and this is something that is on an unconscious level. And then it's about new experiences because you can get, if you don't have these new experiences, you can get or be in the mind thinking, I'm very stagnated, I'm not moving, I'm at a standstill, right? I'm doing the same thing over and over again, I'm at a standstill, I'm not getting anywhere. When in all actuality, it comes down to, first of all, do you love what you're doing? You see?
No.
That's the thing. Have you taken time to feel out what it is that you love to do?
Honestly, no, because I've just been busy helping out everybody else around me. And I think I'm just coming to a place that I'm just like, okay, me time.
Right. Is what I'm saying so far connecting with you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so good. So here's the thing. One is the other person is very important. Who is the other in your life? Because it's through the intimacy that you're going to connect with the other. You see what I mean? And the other is going to bring the parts of you that seem to be split off, or that is inherently split off, to bring those together. The other person becomes important, but because you're such a doer, you don't necessarily feel like you need the other per se, but you do energetically, chemically, on a chemical level. you need that other, and that other can be in a store. It could be in you can go to the grocery store and get that connectivity that you need. You can go through. Again, you got to get out. If you're not getting out, you're not going to connect. If you're not connecting, then you're not going to progress. You only have as many opportunities as the people that you know. If you know 5 people, you got 5 opportunities. If you got 10 people you got 10 opportunities. So again, when you're in the mood and you feel like going out, go. Because what is going to happen is in that mood, you're going to be articulate. You're going to be able to be social. You're going to listen. You're going to, yeah.
Oh, we're good. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Is what I'm saying making sense to you?
Oh, we lost her.
And Shawnee, you got a calling on your life. You didn't miss anything. You might not even have heard your calling yet. Okay, we'll see if Shawnee comes.
She'll get back. Don't worry. She'll get back.
She definitely gonna call back.
Yeah, because Shawnee don't be bullshitting when it comes to these phone lines. Listen, there she is right there. See, God ain't playing? Or that might be
God ain't playing?
That might be somebody else, though. God might be like, okay, that was enough for you, Shawnee. We don't want to fix your whole life right now. She's pulling in that caller right now. This is a new science, right? Technically.
So
it's a new organization of pre-existing sciences.
Technically it's not new.
Well, say more. I'd like to hear it.
The
voice? Are you going to talk about the voice?
Let's go back to your question about the origin of it.
Okay.
All right. In 1987, Ra'uruhu was in Ibiza, Spain. Ra'uruhu is a Canadian. Was Canadian born. Mm-hmm. 7 years before that experience, he was called to go there. But let me just speed up to answer the question about whether or not it's a new or old science. Mm-hmm. And this experience for him took place over the course of 8 days in 1987. Mm-hmm. And during which time this knowledge was revealed to him by what he called the voice. The first night of his experience, what was revealed to him is called rave cosmology. And rave cosmology, year 1, page 5, he talks about where this knowledge comes from. Mm-hmm. So what he said was, this knowledge was revealed to him in Ibiza, Spain. So when I say Ibiza, Spain, what comes to your mind, though, being a reader? Spain.
Whenever you talk about Spain, I automatically default back to the Moors.
Exactly.
Automatically.
That's what I did. That's the correct default.
Yeah.
Because what he says on page 5 is that where this knowledge was revealed to him was an old Phoenician well.
Okay, well, I'm done. We're done now. We can go to commercial break and not even come back. Shit, I'm good. He didn't answer my question thoroughly, pimp. Shit. Okay, here we go. We got to get some more calls. Listen, the phone lines are jammed, by the way. Shawnee may not be able to get back in because Hank just took her spot.
Oh, that was Hank.
Hank called in, but let's get the homie Ronan in. Let's get one more caller before we go to our next break. Let's get Ronan in right now. He's on line 6. Ronan, speak on it, pimp. Ronan, I'm going to tell you right now, if you playing games, Ronan, I'm going to hang up on you.
We're going to get Shawnee your spot, Ronan.
Ronan, 3, 2, Ronan's gone. Got to get him out of here. He'll call back. Ronan, he'll call back. Let's get Sharon in here. Sharon, excuse me. Pardon me, projector. Sharon, you're on the line. Hello? Speak on it. You've made it into the voice of reason. Talk to me, sweetie.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. Yes.
Hey.
Okay, baby girl. Birthday and where you calling from? Birthday, time of birth, sweetheart. Where are you? Okay, Shawnee. Sharon, are you there? Damn it, Sharon. Boost Mobile. She's got to go. There we go. Got to let her go. Call us back. Boost Mobile in the building. Let's get Rod, line 4. Rod, welcome to the Voice of Reason. Rod, you Boost Mobile too? Rod, 3, 2, bye, Rod. Okay, we got to go. Hank, line 5. Let's get Hank in here.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
There we
What's
go,
poppin',
Hank. Speak on it, pimp.
Hey, what's going on, man?
I was just calling in to the show, and I was very curious, man. So I'm ready.
All right.
All right, so your birthday and your time of birth.
September 14th, 1990.
Virgo.
Another Virgo.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus, it's their show tonight.
We all about self-improvement.
All right,
All of it.
September 14th, 1990. What time?
3:20 p.m.
3:20 p.m. So 15:20. All right, and what city, state?
It's in Beaumont, Texas, man.
Beaumont, Texas.
You can tell this
Is that
brother's
spelled?
well fed. Beaumont, Texas.
Is it B-O-B-A-U? No.
It's
Bow like French.
B-E-A-U.
Yeah.
B-E-A-U.
Like ball.
Uh-huh. So they're putting in the information into the software, and it's going to give him, your stats. Here we go.
All right, Hank, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions in particular you want me to answer? Any questions?
Pretty much, man. I just came into knowledge maybe 2 years ago, and I want to make sure that I'm on the right path. And if I'm not on the right path, what I need to switch up in my life to get on that right path to success.
Right. All right, well, what you want more than success is peace. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I see you. I'm watching your strategy.
Peace. This is what you want. This is what you will get again. We get these beings calling again. This is another. Okay, let me just answer your question. Let me talk to you a little bit, just briefly. All right. One thing I want to mention is integrity. And there being cycles to your life. You got cycles. In other words, here's something that you might want to know too. Our new life cycle is 85 years. It's not until you're 85 that you're actually a mature adult.
Say more.
Yeah. What happens is our life is now is we have what's called an Uranian life cycle. The planet Uranus has an 85-year life cycle, 85-year evolution about the sun. Yeah. Meaning, what happens is the moment that you're born, Uranus is in a particular position. When it gets 180 degrees from the point that it was when you were born, is your midlife. That's typically occurs around 42. After 42, you step into adulthood. You're not even an adult until you cross over into the second half of your life. So you see, we're very different than this crash and burn way in which people lived before. 30 years, you were, at 30 years old, you were supposed to have it all.
Right.
Career, family,
Right.
Everything was supposed to be in place.
You're supposed to be divorced by 30.
You're supposed to be.
And I was.
And the reality is, that is not even our life cycle. Take someone like Dr. Sabi. He's 80, he's upwards of 85 now, but this is a mature, fully grown adult. This is how it looks. He's still making babies. So the thing is for you to slow down. That's always an important thing for emotional people to do, is to not, because you're born in 90, right? 1990.
Right.
So you don't want to put any type of burden, artificial burdens on yourself about having something together at this time or that time.
Wow.
Don't do it to yourself. You see what I'm saying? What you really want to do is be in the mood, because again, you're a mood person. The ultimate thing is to be in the mood, and then you will work like a workhorse. Won't you?
Yeah, that's true.
If you're in the mood for something, how is there a limit to how much? It almost seems like there's no limit to what you can do with it, right?
That's correct.
Because when you're in a mood, it's going to be something that is stimulating to you, visual, because you're a visual person. It's things that you want to see, right? You like to see.
Right.
Let me see it. And you like to search it out, right? Search it out, look it out when you're in the mood. Right, let me see it, because I don't know if I can't see it, right?
Right.
That's how you are. Let me see it, then let me work with it, and then I'll say what I know about it or not, right?
Right.
Right, that's how you do it. The key thing is you don't rush. You stay completely open. There's no fear. You got to know when enough is enough. You don't look for direction. Don't look for love. Don't look for these things. What you do is you concentrate on how you're feeling, what you're in the mood to do, and that's when you're at your most creative. That's very important. Because what happens is if you're not in the mood, you're still going to work, but you're going to be doing a lot of work for a lot of other people, and it's not going to benefit you.
Wow. Hank.
You see what I'm saying? You end up being you just end up working for community service rather than working for something that's really going to bring you peace.
Wow.
Hank, do you appreciate the reading, brother?
Hey, I do, man.
Was he accurate?
Very.
Come on, man. That's all.
Very, man.
Ain't no such thing as too accurate. It's either the truth or it's a lie. So at the end of the day, he just hit you upside the head with the truth. Hopefully you could do something with it. Listen, man, I appreciate the call. We about to take another quick break. DJ Julian Ramirez is about to hit us with another mega mix. When we come back, the phone lines are open. Call us right now. We gonna talk about it. Shawnee has returned and Tanise is on the line. Listen, we got open phone lines, so get at us. We'll be back in a second. 323-230-4445.
45.
There it is. We'll be back at 2.2. Holla. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Ramirez, in homage to all the Virgos who called in tonight, played King Virgo. Michael Jackson. Whew. Michael Jackson Mega Mix. Julian Ramirez in the building. Hot Button Radio, Dash Radio, the voice of reason. You kind of know what we do right now. Yeah, he is on fire. Twitter is giving Julian Ramirez nothing but love. Follow him. Get down with the brother. He's our DJ, dedicated to making hot mixes. So you could take like a little breather, because we know these shows are deep. Somebody said this show is moving like, or feeling like a spiritual mixtape. Right? The brother is dropping hot jewels. And I think a lot of people are opening up and getting clarity from, these shows. This is why I like to put this on. Nowhere else are you going to hear this kind of stuff on the radio like this. Not at this level of the game. Nobody's doing it like that because they're scared. They don't want to be seen as voodoo or evil, or you know how our people are.
Mm-hmm. Black people don't fool with witchcraft. If Jesus ain't in it, it's all witchcraft.
It's all going. We all going to hell. We going to hell this evening.
How we do it.
But I think this show is powerful because the brother is really opening up some spaces where, people felt like they some kind of disjointed in a way, and then you hear something that you ain't never heard before, and it's giving you a clarity that you've never been able to see or experience before, and that's why we're doing it. What do you think, Veronica? You enjoying the ride, baby girl?
It's amazing. You can feel the energy opening up all across the world.
The world.
I was just looking at Veronica's chart. The preserver.
That's her.
Nurturer.
That's her.
Got so many different roles. Like, can I say this online?
Man, hey, man. What's happening?
In the bedroom, I'm not asking. I'm saying. Now I understand why.
Now you get it.
Now I get it. Now I get it, though. I get it now.
This is why we call her Vajonica.
You call her that.
Hey, we had to make up the name that fit. That was a special queef. Shout out to, no, I'm sorry.
We call her Ronnie Con.
Ronnie Con. We in here tripping right now. I'm sorry. Now,
it's all good. No, I love the energy because the truth always opens up the space. In other words, when we get stuck a lot of times around, like when we get stuck, the energy is stuck, and so the truth always amplifies it and brings energy. So I love it for that reason and many more.
Wow, this is good stuff. Listen, we have several callers on the line. People are tweeting me saying, I can't get in, the lines are jammed. Okay, we're going to clear the lines right now. So let's bring in the homie Ronan. What's happening, Pimp?
What's happening, Pimp?
So Ronan, you got to give up your birthday and the time you were born and the city you were born. And we got to do this quickly. So we got to truncate the readings a little bit so we can get as many people on as we possibly can. Ronan, Birth date, time of birth. Let's get active.
All right, I was born November 8th, 1975, Saturday, 12:55 a.m. It was a full moon that night, and I was in Hugoton, Kansas.
Okay,
November 8th.
We didn't ask if you were born with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. We don't need all of the information. Now say it again. November 8th, 1975.
Saturday, 12:55 a.m.
12:85 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we're running your chart now. You got. Is any question in particular you want to ask?
Why don't you ask about when you standing over people's bed with a screwdriver?
Hey.
Wait. Birthplace, city, state.
Hugoton, Kansas. Hugoton, Kansas.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Any question?
Okay. Well, I was asking since I took kind of like a 3+ year sabbatical from a lot of things. I feel that coming out of this thing, there's something awaiting something major. Well, like some things major. Like I've been shifting things, the way I do things, even associations, and I was just wondering what's ahead from what you can see.
Well, I can see why you asked what's ahead, but I'm gonna tell you where your authority operates is your. This is a sacral being, by the way. You're a sacral being. It's not about being emotional or feeling out your emotions. It's not about being spontaneous. It's all about that voice, that sacral that says,
So the sacral being means like hunches.
Yeah, no, you see him?
Yeah, I'm looking at your chart right now.
At your chart.
Yeah,
you're not spontaneous. You're not emotional. It's not about what you feel about it per se. It's not about what hunch you're getting. It's just about a mechanical and a mechanical And after that, you have to inform people. Like, I'm not feeling that, I'm going this way. Or I'm feeling it, I'm going this way. It's the and then the informing. It's not about being intuitive, not about being emotional. It's purely a sacral voice that will be the only consistent way for you to make a decision. So if you hear the it's a no. If you hear the it's a yes. If your mom, I don't know if your mom's alive, I'm not gonna say that, but if anybody is important to you and they ask you and then it's a no, it's a no. Means means It means means yes, means no. Then after that, it's about you informing people. Now, what's interesting about you, and I guess I'll keep it short, is you got a great deal of capacity to work with groups. You got a great deal of capacity to do a lot with small groups and a lot with large organizations. So it'd be a good thing for you to perhaps experiment with this knowledge. You want to know. You are a knower. Your direction is always going to be moving towards empowerment, towards knowing. It's going to be about materializing a vision that you have. It's going to be about structuring that knowing. It's going to be about where you want to know where things are going. You're always going to have some money. If you trust your sacral, you always have plenty of money, You'll always be in a discovery process. You'll constantly be in an empowered situation. It's just about sacral, pure sacral, not emotions, not ego, not adrenaline, just and the going this way, going that way. You like a straight missile. You know what I mean? You move real straight, like you know what I mean? Like if it's like, do I want to go through this wall? Yeah, I'm gonna go through this wall. They better move out the way. Because if your sacral says, I want to go through that wall, and you tell them, I'm going through the wall, and they don't move, then they're going through the wall with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's how you live your life, man. And that is the way you'll find satisfaction and peace in everything you do.
There it is. Now get off my line, Ronan. We'll see you Monday, Pam.
That was fucking awesome.
Damn. Who else wants to get hit upside the dome piece on their way home from Jones Beach? I don't know. I'm just quoting lyrics. Okay.
Virgo lyrics.
Right. Virgo lyrics, right? Nas.
Jesus. Soon to be a billionaire, Nas.
Soon to be a billionaire. We got to give him love for that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, you might want to send him an email. Anyway, line 4. I think there's a female on the line named Tanise. Tanise, get at us.
Hello?
What's happening, Pimpstress?
Hey, and it's Janice with the G.
Janice. What's happening, Janice?
Yes.
So, what is your birthday?
It's 6/12/85, and I was born at 4:59 a.m.
6/12/85.
June 12th.
Gemini, what up, pimp?
Thank you. And I was born at 4:59 a.m.
4:59 a.m.
Birthplace?
And your birthplace?
Gardena, California.
Gardena. That's the bootleg Dina. I'm from Pasadena. But Gardena, you know, it's
I was
cool.
just born there from LA.
I mean, you know, it's
My
cool.
mom still has the birth tag, the little tag they put on the little baby thing. She still has it. That's how I know the time.
Good mama job. Does she keep a lock of your hair too? She might be a witch. I'm just kidding.
No, we didn't do that. She's a hoarder, not a witch.
All right, we good. Holler at her, bro. Brian?
Right, yes. Goodness. Jenny's with the G.
Yes.
So I still say G. I still say J.
That'll work.
Or is it G? It's J.
J.
Jenny's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jenny's.
G-E-N-I-C-E.
G-E-N. Okay, Jenny's. All right. So do you want me to answer any questions for you?
Yeah. Yes. One. It's a little two-part. One, I was told that I have the power of healing, but I don't know how to channel into that. However, I'm really good with speaking with other people, or people will come to me and I can help them through whatever. But I self-sabotage myself. That's just the question.
Okay.
With everything.
Right. Now you see.
At least that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like there's a cloud of bad
I'm looking
luck.
too, Brian. I'm watching what you looking at.
Good. It'd be nice for you to pull up your callers wonder when you call up and you got your birth date already, you might as well just run your chart at that site we gave earlier.
What's the name of the site again?
It's jovianarchive.com.
Jovianarchive.com is where you can get your reading and follow along with us.
Exactly. As soon as you get on that site, you click free chart and then you put your data in. Make sure you punch it in correct. That way you can follow along. Why I say that is because there's a visual. It visually illustrates what the issue is. That's why I love the knowledge. You can look at where the issue is, and your issue, you're talking about other people. Now, first of all, you got to know how your authority works and how to make a decision. And you're one of those ego beings we talk about. You have a defined ego. So the ego is your authority. So the first thing about the ego is, do you have the energy for it? Okay. Do you have the support for it? All right. And then your sacral being as well as the ego being. So that means that you've got the power of the sacral, which is the fertility system. It's the ovaries in a woman, testes in a man. It's like another brain. It sort of mirrors our brain, but on the energetic level. Okay. Anyone with that activated in their chart, that makes you're either going to be a quintessential slave or you're going to be, the quintessential liberated. It's one or the other.
Wow.
Because that generator, that energy can go all night long. And you're either going to go all night long for satisfaction and for that peace if it's associated with your aura type, or you're going to go all night long for somebody else and you're going to have a world of frustration. So the key thing is you're looking for peace and satisfaction as opposed to frustration and anger. Okay? The anger that you experience comes from resistance. The frustration you experience comes from resistance. The peace that you get comes from navigating that path of least resistance. So this is what's most important for the ego is to be appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
To be appreciated. You're one of those people. You have companionship with Veronica. Veronica and you have companionship in this place of needing to be appreciated. We could do so many things. You guys can do anything. There's things you can do. You still need. But the difference is between you and Veronica is a lot of different things. But my point is in including her is. My mom has this channel that I'm talking about, which is called The Materialist, which is the gold line. So this is about needing to be in control, needing to have, you got to have a full refrigerator and you have to have control over what you wear, what you eat, how you work, how you make your money. You have to have control over all of these different things.
Yep.
If you're going to support somebody, you even have to have the control over that support mechanism. So if you're going to support somebody, they got to give you that control to be able to support them.
I couldn't hear you. The music started playing.
Yeah. If you're going to, is what I'm saying making sense so far to you?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good. All right. So
I didn't think I was materialistic, but okay.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, materialist means, do you think you can work for do you work for someone else now? For somebody other than yourself now?
No, I'm actually trying to start my own business working with people.
Right. See, that means you're on the
that's-
right track. Do you recall what it was like to work for people?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
You didn't like it.
I don't like to be micromanaged.
Right. You can't, and that's what happens in smaller groups.
Wait,
You
this is
always
the homegirl. It just dawned on me.
Yes, well, Brownie, 24 years.
This is Brownie. Next time, don't give me your government name ever again. Brownie, call in and say your pimp name. Finish, Brian.
Your pimp name. We got pimp aliases.
As much as you can do, as you might see yourself doing alone, you're still going to need that connection with that other person. This is what it means to be a split. Like Veronica's a single definition. That's where this thing. I can do a lot on my own. I can do everything. Seems like, even though we still require these connectable points to be met, you still require that other person to listen to you. You still require that other person even to potentially be an agent for you. You might want to look in when you get ready to do your situation. You want to look into somebody being an agent for you, someone doing the banking part for you, and different things. You're going to need different people to do different things for you. And in order for you to do that, you got to learn people and how you impact people. You got to know how you affect that person. That's something that you're here to know. You're here to know you and how you impact that person. You can never, because if not, you're just going to be blaming them. You're going to blame this person for that, blame that person for this, because you don't know the influence that you're having. You're not, or rather the impact that you're having on them. Okay? And a number of different
Hush, so I'm listening.
I ain't said nothing. That's Veronica. That is VC,
okay.
pimp.
I'm listening.
Yeah, that's why. What I'm saying, definitely, you could take that too, Veronica. All of you manifesting children. But yes.
Oh man, this is great. Thank you so much, babe.
It did. Thank you.
We appreciate you calling in, Janice.
Bye, Brownie.
Can you give the website one more time?
Yes, the website is jovianarchive.com. www.jovian, Jovian, archive, archive.com. Don't go on that site looking for me. I'm not affiliated with the site in any way. I just refer people to it.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Yep.
Hey, this show is bananas. Hey, I just love to see people get turned on.
Yep.
As Veronica mentioned earlier, man, you can feel the energy on this one. I just love to see people get moved around those blocks. Sometimes blocks are invisible. You just walk down the street of your life and there's blocks. And you don't know why the blocks is there. You don't know why you're being impeded. But let me just tell you something. There's a difference between being challenged and impeded. And a lot of times people turn a challenge into an imposition. See, when you're impeded, it stops you. But when you're challenged, it offers you an opportunity to rise above. Really, challenges are ladders. You see what I'm saying? But we can turn that ladder into an imposition where it stops us. It impedes us. And that's all based on perspective. Because some people even have questions about human design and how you can rewrite your design. I've done a little research. Some people ask those kind of questions. And that's why I wanted to present it here today.
You know what? One thing that happens when you first get your chart, because I could recall what it was like to first get my chart. And what happened was I was given the wrong chart first.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I'm such a stickler for time and people's actual information being right. I'll ask a person
it
like,
has to be right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Otherwise, it's gonna sound like that's why I ask people: is this making sense to you? Is this adding up?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because there could be an error in the chart.
Exactly. You know, they might have plugged the information in incorrectly or what have you. So some people. Another thing is people have a lot of self-hatred.
Say more. Speak to that.
And that's a misnomer because if they knew who they really were, there's nothing to hate. So it's kind of weird. But the point is, what people will be like, well, I got this, and what's this other person got? Oh, they got that. I wish I had that. I wish I had
envy
this.
and all that.
I wish I had that. Oh, you got that. Oh, I want that. That's what I think inherently. That's what that is because rewrite what? I won't touch mine. You know, more like unearth, discover, uncover. The ultimate thing is to do something with your mechanics that wasn't even conceived of.
Come on now.
When you were made. It's for the everything to say whoa. For everything.
Right.
To be like, oh, I didn't see that one coming.
Wow.
It's to be a mutation. It's to mutate.
To that a little bit?
Yes, please.
Okay. So one of the things that I've uncovered around it is it's one of the most important things you can do is reorient your entire existence around your chart. In other words, if you look at somebody like Angela Dumas, who's a manifesting generator, who's a projector, or Nechama, because a lot of the planet are manifesting generators, and there's so few projectors, and projectors don't get supported because people don't understand their nature. And so one of the most exhausting things that a projector can do is exhaust themselves trying to act like a generator. And because whoever they get around, they amplify their energy. So they literally the reason they have so much spiritual power is that they come into that person and they amplify their energy. But if you don't design your life around your type, you are in for a world of suffering.
Wait, let me just say this,
That's
Veronica.
the deal.
You're right.
Veronica.
You're 100% correct.
You know what's so crazy about what you're saying right now? They just did my son's chart. They just did New's chart. Now, you know, Angela has been working with New, you know, energetically, you know, working on his body, working on his knee, you know. Come to find out, they just told me that New is a projector.
Oh my God!
Isn't that crazy?
And
Right.
he's a mama's boy. You love he is really imprinted the most by his mom.
He looks exactly like her though.
How do I know that?
You know, that's what's
right.
crazy. You know what's crazy? He's not verbal with his mama boyism.
Right.
But he's protective.
Right. It's there.
Yeah, he heard she fell the other day. He was like, "What happened?
Yeah.
Give me the details.
Yeah.
Where were you?
Yeah.
Did you help her?
Right.
You know, he's like,
Right.
he's that kind of guy, right?
And he's instant energy.
Oh God,
Instant.
he's spark.
He's
plug.
alive.
Yeah,
And-
he's spark. plug.
Vitality.
Yeah.
Aliveness.
Yeah.
Right?
Isn't that
And
crazy?
what you have to do, what I learned the hard way, because I sent my daughter off to Wellesley as a projector, and she got sick with Lyme disease. But what we also came to understand is, as a projector, she couldn't have a roommate. She can't sleep with nobody in the room with her because she's not meant to take in all those energies at night. She's not meant to make decisions. So one of the most important gifts you can give projectors, who are some of the most important gifts on the planet, is to help them create a life and design a life that is aligned with their design.
They have to have a system.
You have to give them that, or they will burn their little motor. They don't have a sacral motor. They don't have a sacral motor, so they'll burn out trying to do the right thing, depending on who they're around, and they'll burn themselves up. And it's a subtle thing, but the best gift that you can give New is to help him design his life around his projector nature. It's the best gift you can give him.
Well, that's what's crazy, because that's what he relies on me for, is the structure. Dad, what are we doing here? Dad, who do we have set up to do this? Who's training me?
He's waiting for the invitation. He's waiting for and most projectors are waiting for the invitation that never gets invited. So they go through their life not waiting for a decision, not looking for a decision. People demand decisions. What they're waiting for is to be invited.
Oh, this is crazy.
It's so deep.
And
This is
another thing
crazy.
about your son,
Yeah.
what's his name?
Nuriel.
New has to know what he can fix and what he can't.
Oh yeah, he wild. And when it comes to that kind of shit, he's like, "Nigga, I'm invincible. I'm
Yes.
Superman. You know,
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
Kal-El."
Yes.
So that's his thought
Right.
process for sure.
If he knew, okay, what he can fix and what he can't, and what he can't fix but can fix with somebody else.
Right.
Like I might not be able to fix this alone, but if I get with so-and-so, so-and-so,
right,
I can get it done.
Right.
That's his big thing, is working on what has been spoiled. Knowing that, it's always room for perfection. There's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
But where do we perfect what makes it great for everybody?
Yeah.
Rather than being petty and nitpicky about
Yeah.
all these other little peripheral, circumstantial, seemingly insignificant things.
Right.
Your son carries that trait where, for example, I always use the example that Rod uses, the airbags. When they make airbags, they know all of them ain't gonna work.
All of them ain't gonna come out. Right.
The person that decides, okay, we could live with 10 out of 1,000 not working.
Mm-hmm.
That's a judgment call made by people with your child's imprint.
Yeah. Now, see, this is something that I coach him on. Because I tell him, I go, oh, okay. You're the 8 of clubs, mental power. I said, do you recognize that your dissatisfaction with a situation forms the situation? You being pissed off is what's exacerbating the situation because your mind is typically stronger than those around you.
Here's another one. Tell him, how can you find satisfaction with correcting what you are getting dissatisfaction from?
Wow.
How can you get satisfaction from it? Most importantly, that is what's going to be the definitive marker whether you're successful or not. Because remember, he doesn't want satisfaction.
No.
He wants to be successful.
Yeah.
But dissatisfaction is driving that movement towards the success.
Right.
He's got to learn those Don Carlos type of lessons where it's like you don't run from the petty tyrant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You systematically create a system to go about your business of conquering that petty tyrant.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? That's his thing. How can I take what is dissatisfying me and is bothering me and I want to get it right and I got the vitality to get it right, but I need other people to help me get it right.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because he's a sharer. He got to share it.
Yeah.
So he could be a great distributor.
That's his
great sharer.
That's what he's doing.
Right on time. And he got the vitality. He's instant.
That's crazy because he's point guard at Auburn right now. He's getting his opportunity to play more. And he's been playing point guard, but he hasn't been shooting his own shot.
He's waiting for the invitation.
He's been
telling him when the hoop invites him.
Right.
Tell him.
He been waiting.
When you see that hole, when you see the invitation, tell him what he's waiting for is an invitation.
Right.
If he crossed the guy over and the guy give him the lane, that's your invitation.
There you go. Go get it.
Go. And another thing is the patterns. Patterns. It's to study patterns. You see what I'm saying? That's his thing. It's to lock in and see, okay, if you're getting ready to go play another team, look at the person that you're playing with and get to know that person as much as you can.
Right.
So you can master which way so you can know their patterns.
So really quickly, Twitter is on fire as well as the phone lines on fire. Twitter wants to know one question. Does Brian give private readings? And if so, where in the Feast of Samhain can we sign up?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to have to make an arrangement because Brian is
a nomad. He came in here.
Different.
Right. Brian is hella different. I told you he had to take a nap and sleep on it for 12 hours to even know if he was going to come in here today.
But what we can do, we can work because if it's your fan base and these are hardcore fans of yours, we can set up a situation where they could, we got to set it up right. Let's tell people to email you that want that. Email you.
You want me to handle it.
I want you to do what you do, which is lead the interaction.
The tsunami go to Zo.
Tsunami goes to Zo. Because what we're going to do is we're going to say 10% goes to whatever Zo got going on.
Oh, wow.
That's what we're going to do.
Look at this, bro.
We're going to say 10%.
Wait, but wait, watch this. So, Brian, you're a projector, right?
Yes.
So, would you consider, please, responding to doing some readings if we set it up right for you?
Yeah. Like I said, long as 10% is going to the movement.
She invited
and I'm
you.
not and it's right. I get to it goes to Zo. It goes away from me first.
Okay.
And I get to look at it as it comes to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
But do you see what projectors do, y'all? I want you to hear the difference.
That was dope.
Profound thing. It's like that's what happens. There has to be an invitation. Otherwise. So.
Wow. That's crazy. That is bananas. I'm blown away right now.
It's a lot going on in these streets.
It is a lot going on in these streets. So if you want to get with Brian, you want a private?
Throw that email out, Zo.
Damn, I got to do it.
You heard what he said?
Lord have mercy. Jesus! I got to do it.
Or they can hit you in the DMs. Why don't they just
No,
DM?
don't DM me.
Oh, hilarious.
Only women can DM me.
You want to take some time? Are you all right with that? Or you want to take some time and think about it, feel it out?
I know. I'm a manifesting projector who might need to sit around and think about it.
Mm-hmm. You want to take some time? Do you want to invite me back and make a decision between now and then?
I'm definitely going to invite you back. You
leave
can
them
believe
waiting?
It. Yeah.
Because I got about 18 hours, 15 hours a day for the last 4.5 years. Well, actually, it'd be 5 years in less than 30 days.
Really?
Yeah, I started in March. Yeah, March will make 5 years. So I studied everything that Ra laid out, and he taught over the course of 20 years.
Wow.
So I took in everything. I got a library. I got the whole library. And this is, like I said, this is knowledge for the next 1,300 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make sure, I can make sure that you know what you need to know. Next few months, you be straight. You could deal with people on different, like, this is what it's about. Because this is how you actually take over this material plane. Like, this is how you can make sure your business is 100% functional.
So this whole system of human design is really about decision making. Effective, clear,
perfect
decision making.
Yes.
And you know how many people decided to be with somebody?
That goes back to the other thing, man. You ask what happens, what does it do to relationships?
Speak on it.
9 times out of 10, people ain't with the right person to begin with.
90%.
That's the most dangerous part about it. Is that people aren't with the right person because they came together through a blind attraction. But we get this. This has been happening. This, like, there's no way for us to know, so there's no blame. You can't blame. I can't blame anyone. I can't blame because nobody knows. This is one of those situations where it's like everything has changed because the measurements exist, but not everybody knows it. So it's that quote that says the future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed. It's one of those situations. It's one of those situations where they say it could seem like nothing happens in 15 years, and then in 15 days, it seems like 15 years happen. It's that type of situation.
Yeah.
So what I had to come to grips with was my conditioning. You know what I mean? I had to really look at how deep the fault line went.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And
I like
I've been
that.
on this track, like, and what it does is it don't pull you back from the world. It puts you on the ZoWilliams show. Like, this is not something that makes you hide from reality. This is something that makes you embrace reality.
Right.
This is wolf medicine. This is not, but to be quite honest with you, this includes physics. This includes neutrino physics.
Neutrinos, yeah.
This includes everything. And me, my work, I've been doing empirical data.
Right. That's the best data to fuck with anyway, because it's devoid of opinion.
Right.
And
that's
emotion.
what I wanted. I worked with people for about 2.5 years. Phones, constantly, change my name up. Anything to be able to get as much feedback from people as possible. That's what I spent the first 3 years doing. Just feedback, and studying.
Really quickly, the neutrino side of the game as it pertains to human design. People don't know. When he said it has a physics element to it, this is my next book that I'm writing right now.
That's why I'm on you. Because I heard you talking the lingo. That's why I was like, yo, I'm going to get with Zoe, man. He's not getting away with this.
You're not getting away with
This is the next book that I'm working on, Quantum Relationships.
I heard you when you said it for the first. You just said that this year. Didn't you?
Yeah.
You didn't say that on any other show last year.
No.
You said it this year.
That's
I said,
right.
didn't I tell you? I was like, yo, I'm on Zoe. He ain't going to get away with it.
This motherfucker ain't going to get away with it. But people don't understand the neutrinos carry information.
Yes, they do. It's an ocean. Right now, hundreds of billions of them are passing through your fingertip right now.
So
and they have mass.
For the slow people,
right?
What is neutrinos?
Okay, everyone has heard
the
of
slow
everyone
people.
KS in Espanol. Okay.
Everyone has heard of an atom.
Right.
See, yeah.
Right. Well, what everyone does not know is an atom has never been seen.
Right.
You know?
And they move fast.
Right. They move fast, meaning like literally physics, they might create all of these different images of an atom. But they've never actually seen an atom.
Right.
They create all these images of a proton, but they've never actually seen a proton.
Right.
Same thing with electron, subatomic particles. So basically, a neutrino is reminiscent of an atom in that it's something that is on a what do you say? It can't be seen with the mortal eye.
Yeah. Subatomic level.
Subatomic particle means basically you can't mortally see it.
Right.
All right. What it is they have mass and they're very, 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 very small, and there's billions of them streaming through the sun and through the stars.
Right.
And thus through our bodies.
Right.
And they themselves are the agency that's responsible for ocean of consciousness. This is why, I was just thinking about you and you called. This is that whole, I just was thinking about that song. I turned the radio on and the song was playing.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Something told me to call you. This is the neutrino ocean. This is that web of interconnectivity on a conscious level.
Right.
And it's moving, it's stirring, we're adding to it. We're conditioning the stars, and the stars are conditioning us.
It's passing through masses, bodies, planets, comets.
And what it's doing, it is streaming through our personality and design crystals.
Look at that.
We have 2 crystals of consciousness, and that neutrino stream is pouring through that crystal. And what we're doing is we're putting our little stamp on it and moving it along.
Yikes.
It's imprinting us, we're imprinting it, and then it's moving on along.
So listen, we gonna leave you on that note. I know we could go another 2 hours.
Oh, baby.
We didn't get to all of our callers. We're so sorry. I'm gonna bring the brother Brian back.
You got to.
And we gonna turn up once again.
Shout out to Rod and Phoenix. We sorry.
Damn,
We sorry.
homeboy. And whoever. No, Rod is from somewhere else, and Phoenix didn't even leave their name.
Yeah.
Jesus. Sorry we didn't get to everybody, but we appreciate everybody's participation. Listen, we got to go, but we'll be back Monday with a new show. ZoWilliams, the voice of reason. We out. Hot button.
Peace.